Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
everyone. Today is a beautiful day. My name is Sean. As you know, I was diagnosed with ADHD, Tourette's, and autism. I have my parents here with me today, and we are going to discuss about parental advice with children and disabilities. So mom, dad, why not just introduce yourself? Tell them, your name, where you guys are from, and tell them how you guys met.
My name is Judy Ferguson, and I met my husband at college, and I'm from Korea.
Okay, my name is Ernie Ferguson. I grew up in Sandusky, Ohio, home is Cedar Point. Later went to college at the University of Mount Union. At the time it was called Mount Union College. And then I went out to California going to Long Beach University and Cerritos College. And at Cerritos College is where I met Judy. And we more or less kind of been together ever since 34 years, 36 years.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh yeah. By the way, we have a beautiful dog here named Dax. So just let you guys know. So I was gonna ask you guys, how difficult was it to get me from where I was when I was a child to where I'm at now?
There was a lot of ups and downs. It's no ambits or buts about it. There's there are rewards in it, and then there are some real heartbreakers in getting you to where you're at now. But the more you work with the child, the more you're going to be blessed in the end. Because Scripture says, "Train up a child according to their bent, and when they are old, they will not depart from it." Well, their nature, their bent, is something that you have to learn because their bent is totally different than a normal child's bent.
And mom, you wanna add something to it?
I'm just wanted to give advice is just keep praying for your children and be there for them, and then keep loving them no matter what.
Okay. How did it feel working with me? What were your emotions? Were you upset? Were you frustrated with me?
We kind of went through all the emotions. In our family, Judy is more gifted with money, and I was more gifted in working with the kids. So I did more work with the kids. So I allowed the kids to be the child to be a child, and working with Sean, we were able to observe the things that he was good at and things that he liked to do. We observed things that he was bad at, and you kind of steer them away from that. And we found out what his interest was, what frustrated him, and what gifts he had, and start leading him towards the gifts of what he had.
All right. What advice would you give parents that have kids with special needs?
Go ahead.
Just I keep saying that just pray for them because they need all their your support to be there with them and keep continuous loving them no matter what situation are. Just keep giving them advice that you love them so much. And number one thing is the prayer is number one thing, and trust in Lord that God will take care of everything.
Okay, and so as my wife said, prayer is the most important thing. Prayer is a lot of work, but prayer does work. Get involved with the child, play with them, interact with them, show them that you care. And many of the lessons that that child would learn are not so much lessons that you're teaching them from the books or anything like that, but they're going to be lessons that they're going to catch because they see you doing it. One of the lessons that Sean has learned from us is we always attended church, and so he is now attending church. And just little lessons like that is something that they learn when they're young.
Oh, um, so here's a big, huge question. Um, when I act out or show aggressions, what strategies did you use to help me calm down and act appropriately?
Okay, basically there's two different things you're talking about here. One is acting out, the other one is showing aggression. Let's talk about acting out first. One of the things that we did was when Sean acted out, we would talk to him about what he's doing and why he's doing it. An example would be when Sean was 7 and his little brother, being 6 months old, he kept asking us, can he play with his brother, Jeremiah? And we kept saying, no, no, no. But after a while, we said, okay, fine, you can play with Jeremiah. But once he starts crying, that's it. Playtime is over. So we left Jeremiah on the couch and we started walking towards the kitchen. And before we could even get into the kitchen, Jeremiah started crying. So we turned around and said, what are you doing? Why is he on the floor? And Sean answered, I wanted to see if he was a bouncing baby boy. So those are lessons that you learn. You still ask them, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? And listen for their answer. And of course, since Jeremiah was crying, we said, okay, that's it. Playtime is over. So it was only about 4 or 5 seconds. But then as time went on, we allowed Sean to play with Jeremiah virtually every day. And after a while, Jeremiah learned to play with Sean. And he got tougher and tougher. And he learned how to interact with Sean as well as other kids his age and so forth. So it was a great experience for Jeremiah. And it was also a great experience for his sister because his sister now teaches special need kids in Canton, Ohio. And she is extremely good with what she does.
All right, Mom, you want to add something to it?
I said, just keep loving them and raise them as godly way. Just keep praying for them, and eventually God will reach their heart, and they will realize that Jesus is the only way, and keep continuously that you need to pray for them. So that's what I'm saying too.
As I said, there's two issues. The first one was just the child just kind of doing their own thing and acting up. But the second part of that question is, what if they're aggressive and what do you do? If they are aggressive, one of the main things you want to do is isolate them. Isolate them from other people as well as kind of isolate them even from themselves, because the bottom line is you don't want them to hurt other people and you don't want them to hurt themselves. So there's a video on a gorilla that was a family, and the little gorilla was playing with his little baby brother or whatever, and the older, younger gorilla came and started attacking him. And the daddy gorilla saw what was going on, ran over there, snatched the older gorilla, and took him to the side and isolated him, kind of like hovering over him to stop him from acting up. Well, you may have to do that. And then there's other ways of isolating a person, especially like when they get older. You may, and sad to say, but you may have to even call in for help to have them removed to an institution where they can get help. But the bottom line is you need to work on keeping a child safe and keeping everyone around that child safe.
All right. Is there anything else you want to share for the audience?
Judy?
I think that's it.
As I said earlier, allow the child to be a child. Work by helping them to interact with other kids. Also, find out what they like to do as well as what they don't like to do. Anytime that you're with that child, one of the things that I'm into sports, so one of the things that I like to throw in there without really saying it, but when you're in a game, you either win or you learn. You're learning from what you didn't do that was correct. Nelson Mandela said it this way of, I never lose. I either win or I learn. And that's a good way to look at it.
Oh. Well, thank you for letting me have an interview with you.
You're welcome.
I'm sure that parents would really appreciate it. Appreciate the advice. Before I end this video, just please smash the like button, click or subscribe to my channel, and click the notification. Also, you can leave a comment about this channel. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.